midfield to continue to develop and help Patrick Cripps out. Kennedy's been better. Setterfield's been better.
Footy underway, and it's Cripps with a handball to Curnow as the Blues thrust forward first.
Shout. Fremantle, make the move.
It's going to be Wilson across half-back for Freo with the early free kick. Goes to Taberner in the air. Crowden ground level. Ball's going to be on the ground a fair bit, you sense. Petrevski-Seaton tumbles one forward, but chopped out again by Ryan.
He's become a fantastic player, this man, with ball in hand. He reads it so well. Sensational story, running around in the VFL, and he's an elite defender now. Matty Taberner picks it up. Tunnel balled out by Curnow.
Carlton.
And he's drawn the free kick. Unusual decision that was, but Ed has got what he wanted, and that's the footy. He's going to send the Blues to half forward. Beautiful lead presented by Levi Casbolt. Yeah, you can see Eddie Betts deeper. And this is Mackay. Second, third attempt, didn't quite juggle it down. Now Ryan on hands and knees, got to work hard here. Wilson, Chera, and well tackled over the boundary line.
That's nearly a mark, Harry Mackay. They've just been battling the last few weeks to take marks inside 50, Carlton. He's a big in tonight.
Koenig gets it to the back, and there might have been a hold on Cripps, I reckon.
Pat Cripps, holding his arm. Well, I'll go through. Yeah.
And a little wink of the eye.
You've held on to his arm, Taylor.
I can see the arm hold there against Sarong.
That's what you do. He's worried about the size there, isn't he?
4-5 Richo from set shots, Paddy Cripps.
Yeah, one area of his game which he would love to improve.
Less than half a goal a game, so can he make an early statement here? Just looks like it may have been drag left.
Nice little connection there with De Koning and Paddy Cripps. It's not easy jumping over Sean Darcy. Big unit, the Fremantle ruckman. 111 kilos he's listed at. Now Ryan sends it out in the big boy's direction. Chera. There is Sean Darcy. I was just speaking about Chera back in there, fighting hard for it. We mentioned these young guns. We're going to call them a lot. Sarong, Chera, Brayshaw. Just so exciting, isn't it? There's Caleb Sarong, Richo, his first season. You can't help but love watching a young group starting to develop.
Well, since round 8, he's been sensational. He's averaged 22 touches and 6 clearances a game.
Chera's starting to work his way into it too, as that's holding the ball.
Holding the ball, Fremantle. Clear out.
That 5.
Hold.
Short to Aish.
Thanks, Mark. Play on.
Aish measures it, looking for Andy Brayshaw, gets to him. Thought about going.
They don't play on a lot, Fremantle. They're happy to go back behind the mark.
Goes to half forward, looking for Taberner in the air. Walters a ground level threat always. Fife went and found it. Chera. Brayshaw. Crowden tumbles it inside 50. Big Darcy gets his hands on it but couldn't do much. Lots of numbers back here for the Blues. Petrevski-Seaton straight back to Fife.
Hold. Thank you.
Nice little bit of flair with the chest mark for Nat. Always does things in a stylish way.
Move it on. Play on. Feet.
Two-time Brownlow medal. What a look at that kick. It was just weighted beautifully, wasn't it?
Yeah, and if he had it gone long there was just, look at that weight of numbers through the corridor. So that was a nice option in the end. Found some space out wide. Would have been just about impossible to mark that ball in the wet with the numbers down there. A nice kick from Fife.
Game number 50 for Andy Brayshaw. That feels as though it's come very quickly. Only missed the games. We know that famous incident where he had his jaw broken, but aside from that, he has been superb. Not a bad-looking ball, just not quite the distance.
And that's the huge positive for Freo. They've already got 50 games into him at the age of 20 still. I mean, to get that amount of games in at his age is just going to be huge for his future.
Doherty. Short option to Simpson. Not going with the long sleever. I would have thought tonight was the perfect opportunity for the veteran. Gibbons Setterfield's found a good home at Carlton. Punches that one down the line. And Conker has it broken up and over for a boundary throw-in in the wet in Perth.
Tom, Sean, thanks guys.
David Teague is making his way as a senior coach, as is Justin Longmuir.
Conker's got the job on Eddie Betts tonight.
Chera, Hill. High ball forward, big defensive fist, but it falls for Taberner. Dangerous tumbling ball inside 50. Schultz tries to go off the ground. He needs a block, does Schultz. Simpson went back and found it so clean, always has been, and might have dragged a free.
JB, I'm going to have a little stab. I reckon they forgot to pack the white long sleever for Kade Simpson. I can't see a scenario in the wet.
With you.
We might get Abby to chase that, find out if they forgot the preferred jumper. It's going to come back Simpson's way. Weitering's been superb this year. Just a little feather on it. And that was enough to get it over the line.
I reckon you've hit the nail on the head, Das.
He only needs a cool breeze to pull along the on.
And they're not the sort of arms you want to get out there too often. Kade, he's been a ripper. Well over 300 games. Only Brewster and Craig Bradley ahead of him. How about that, Kade Simpson? But it has been his trademark, the long sleeve. Hard ball to be won in there. They're fighting over it. Umpire letting it go. Look at it. It's never been tougher in the clinches AFL footy. Nunes got it to Walsh. He wanted to be good there. Just got it about 8 metres. Cripps with all his strength.
Play on.
Now fisted away Ryan. Casbolt back in there. It's going to come back off the boot of Conker. Nunes tracking it. Decided to keep it in, but maybe should have got it out.
It's going to be a territory game, this one. The ball is going to be on the ground a lot. And at the moment, the territory's with Freo. Almost Williamson busting through. Now, locked up ball.
Mine.
Yeah, will be,
guys.
JB. And that's why it's crucial on nights like this that you win contested possession, because trying to transition and move the ball from your back half on wet nights like this is extremely difficult.
Koning with an early jump. Wilson off the ground, and it bounces over the line.
Just got to simplify it, don't you, on wet nights? Get it moving forward.
Tom, get here, guys.
And the kicking efficiency stats will be down for obvious reasons. Lob, that might be a Falcon. I think that's hit him clean in the face. Mundy hovering over the ball. Murphy there as well. The strength of Mundy. Look at that. Bouncing into the arms of Aish and then out of them. Murphy went and found it. High ball. Casbolt going back. Unable to control it. Chera has been nice and busy early. Gave it off to Wilson. Thumping ball back inside 50. Free kick. Taberner draws it free.
He shoved me in the face. You see that? What? Look at that. Are we not both holding? That's it. Matt, yeah. Sorry to pull his jumper, okay? What do you mean? That's it. Thanks, Matt. Matt's here.
I think Weitering's got a strong case
15
there.
15 gone, Matt.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other there.
The old point to the big screen doesn't tend to work with the umps over the journey, does it?
Just so tempting, though, JB. And have a look, please.
Thanks, Matt.
I've never seen one reverse, Das.
Goals are going to be like gold dust. Taberner with a good look. And he kicks it. Good start, Freo. Free kick. And I'm with you, Richo. I think Jacob Weitering can consider himself a little unlucky. But when the luck comes your way, you've got to make the most of it.
Yeah, I think the umpire saw the jumper pull. They both had a hold of each other, but the jumper did stretch out a little bit, which was the trigger for the umpire. So there's the free kick again. As we said, not a lot there. Both players are probably doing a little bit of holding, but it was just the jumper came off his body a little bit, Taberner, who's having a really good year. Him and Finlayson from the Giants are the only players that have kicked goals, at least a goal in every game this year. He's marking the ball well, taking a big leap in his career this year.
Steady rain falling here at Optus Stadium. You can see 8 of the last 10 inside 50s. The way of the Fremantle Dockers. And as Richo said, Matt Taberner just starting to come into his own as a player. Murphy, well done, Blakely. And that affected the kick. Chance coming up for Mundy. They're good players. We often say wet weather just makes them better in some ways. Here's Murphy under a lot of pressure at the moment. Williamson, good tackle. Brayshaw pinned him, got him, rolled him.
Thank you.
No prior opportunity.
Thank you.
That was the right call.
Levi, Rory.
Gibbons. High ball out of there.
Play on.
Cox with the fist, and Aisha's hands were clean. Conker. Trying to steer it inside 50, maybe just get it in deep. Walter's so exciting. Left foot ball. Out in front of Taberner, well defended by Wiedering. It comes back to Taberner. Somehow gets a left foot to it. Sarong to Brayshaw. The handball was just a little slick, but how exciting, Caleb Sarong.
Thank you.
Short to Walsh. And across the ground he goes.
I like the look of Frederick down there in that forward line as well. So quick.
Gibbons and to Casbolt. Abby, down to you.
We've already seen Walters and Fife spending a lot of their time forward early in the game, which we heard from Justin Longmuir that was going to be the plan. But given the conditions, I think we're going to see a lot of that tonight.
Thanks, Abby. Show that might be the first gamer, I think. Honeyou has got an incredible sporting pedigree. First kick has ended up in the lap of Luke Ryan, who's got a happy knack of just getting in the right spot in defence.
Just reads it so well. And then when he gets it in his hands, he just doesn't waste the footy, Luke Ryan.
Leave it on. Play on.
This is Wilson, former GWS Giant. We like the way Taberner comes out at the footy all the time. That's going to be a good matchup to watch Wiedering and Taberner. Wiedering in really good touch as well.
Just signed a new deal. Jacob Wiedering with Carlton, 4 more years. And haven't we seen this year why he was the draft pick that he was?
Casbolt now goes to work in the ruck. Almost kicking in danger. There is Honey, first gamer.
Same again.
Astounding family pedigree. I just stopped at his uncle.
Yeah.
I didn't realise all the rest.
It took Carl Lewis to beat him in that long cup in Los Angeles.
He was stiff, the great man. And then his name became rhyming slang, Richo, which is such a beautiful Australian thing. High ball forward, Brayshaw and Simpson. It gets to the back and Fife. Taken in a really strong tackle. Williamson, handball on the up. Cottrell reefed into the ground.
Thank you.
Well executed tackle from Liam Jones, that one. You can easily give away a free kick there, Richo. Just slide into the back.
Block. Fremantle.
Oh, no, they've
I didn't think
gone
so.
against Levi.
Play on.
And Rory lobs this one deep. Taberner from behind Fife. And they're like 9 pins there. All of a sudden, Walsh kept his feet. Doherty got a nice little bump from Brayshaw.
Casbolt's going to have to do a fair bit of ruck work tonight with Pitnet out of the team. And young de Koning as well.
No Matty Cruiser, of course, Richo. You know that he's still, I think, at least about 5 weeks away. So Levi, as you said, Richo, is going to be doing a bit of this. Just smashed it towards the boundary line. Sam Walsh has not missed a game, the #1 draft pick. On the rising star. And Brennan Cox, wet footy, one hand out. Beautiful.
What about that? Deep entry again. Mundy gets to the drop. Crowden there as well. Brayshaw tries to slap it for Fife. Well handled, Cripps. And then Walsh again.
Holding, Carlton, Mackay.
It's 13 inside 50s in a row to Freo.
Mackay fans a nice ball wide. Again, Brennan Cox doing a great job. Gets it into the hands of Bewley. Long ball for Fife. And broken up. Just Simpson's kick, but German back to Fife. Fife just gets around with real class. And what about the kick for Michael Frederick?
Really good start from Nat Fife, but they're set up well behind the footy. In these conditions, a territory game. That is 14 inside 50s in a row to Fremantle. This is a good option from Fife.
The vision as well as the execution, Richo. It's what separates him from nearly every other player in the competition. All right, Michael Frederick, this exciting young pressure forward. What's he got from the set shot? He's got plenty.
He's got plenty, all right. Exciting to watch, Frederick. So quick. That was a beautiful finish.
From Portland in South Australia. They make you earn it up there, Duke.
Absolutely.
He has added so much. Absolutely.
Yeah. So exciting for the Fremantle Dockers, isn't it? Michael Frederick, Sarong, Chera, Brayshaw. It's the next generation. And they've got plenty in the tank, Richo.
Yeah, they have. And the development over the last 4 or 5 weeks under Longmuir, it's really exciting for Fremantle supporters. You can see already they're really well drilled and coached at the moment, particularly defensively. And Carlton already having a heap of trouble moving the footy against them.
This jump from De Koning again. Competed really well. The Blues, they need some time in their forward half of the ground. It's been hard going early. The Dockers have jumped them. Ryan, he's repelled everything that's come his way. They go again, the Dockers. Jones immediately tackled. Look at the clean hands from Fife, and now they're out. Blakely runs to 50. One-on-one in the goal square. Wiedering did well. Taberner gets a second look at it. Tucked up on the boundary line. It's all one way at the moment.
Forward 50 stoppage in the wet. Look at those inside 50 starting to rack up for Fremantle. They've had a good patch, this footy club.
Carlton had the first 3 of the game, haven't had one since.
Carlton.
De Koning.
Play on.
Hands it off to Cottrell. Just game number 2 for him. High and wide, again Cox in the air. Eddie Betts with his first look. Fisher. Now it's a foot race. Well done. Good focus from Nathan Wilson. Freo fans wanted 50, but that's a good mark in the wet.
But even there, they're shaped defensively behind the ball. They had the last 2 players in line, so they're well set up down back. And because they've been getting first hands on the footy, Fremantle, it allows the defence to set up. They're not under the pump, straight out of the middle.
Blues with the armbands on tonight for Henry Gardner, the maintenance manager at that club for over 30 years. And volunteers worth their weight in gold at footy clubs and great respect. Always. Ball out of play.
Save again, Sean. Tom, thank you.
Tom Williamson, Eddie Betts. The local boy from Northampton, East Fremantle Footy Club, Paddy Cripps. Hasn't enjoyed much success on his trips home, he was telling us pre-match, so through came Bewley.
What a night for Sarong. He's basically matching up on Cripps at all of the stoppages, Sarong.
Conker did well. Long ball down the line. Look at Walters, and Fife's just so clean. That's the trouble that he creates, because he doesn't fumble, even when it's teeming with rain.
Behind. Time back on.
If these young guys weren't playing as well as they were, they wouldn't have the luxury of playing 5 forward.
From here if you want. Okay.
Sticks it back to Conker.
Wait. Thanks, Eddie.
Reece Conker.
Move it on.
Started his career at the Tigers, of course. He's slotted across half back, and Taberner's been their main go-to target. Here's Wiedering. 16 minutes between inside 50s for the Blues. It gives you an indication of just how dominant Fremantle Dockers have been. And so David Teague, a little bit to concern him with early in this game.
Same again.
The Deepest forward is Harry Mackay on Brendan Cox.
That was well done for Coney to the second game at Cottrell. Just spirals one off the side of his boot. Cocker's going to ask the question, but that won't be happening.
Sean.
Heavy band of rain passing over the top of Optus Stadium. Still great to see so many people at this stadium and at the footy Monday. Williamson, Fife just picked his pocket somehow. And then a handball for Walters. And Walters to Frederick. What about that? That's dry weather football.
Fife up to 7 disposals at 100%. So he's playing with a dry footy at the moment, Nat Fife.
How did he actually do this?
Look at those hands. Good to see Walters back in the team, and that's why you want him in the side. He doesn't make mistakes, Michael Walters.
Michael Frederick already has one tonight. It's not online and hasn't quite got the trip either, so the Blues defenders pretty happy to slap it over the line.
Thanks, Lockie.
A magic trick that, wasn't it? That Fife. Just gets access to the footy, and as JB said, he's so clean. Doherty couldn't work it out, and they get around Frederick.
Brucks nominate.
And love that pressure play, don't they? He's so quick and agile, and
he's already a fan favourite over there at Optus.
Nice start for Fremantle Dockers in this game. Closing in on quarter time.
Play on. Yours.
Spent so much time down here. Schultz. Here's Sarong. Chance for Taberner. Just a little slippery to mark that one, but
I thought I saw a little jumper pull in that contest again.
Sean, Tom.
Got to earn him in the wet, Richo, don't you?
Yeah,
got it.
He's a hard man to beat, Wiedering. Doesn't lose many one-on-ones this year.
Dockers would love to drag one late. Brayshaw, a little handball. Bewley, hands and knees. Cripps with him, and then Brayshaw again. Cripps did well. Just can't get it out of there. Walsh. Curnow. Fife gets boot to ball somehow. Where's Frederick in all of this? And a Fremantle free kick.
I'll tell you what, they don't get this free kick if it wasn't for Fife's strength. His ability to break through that tackle then and get his foot to ball. Have a look at this. No, I don't think many other players would be able to get that onto their boot in that situation, and question that one. Just
Be the second from a free kick if he can slot it. That's big in the wet. Goals from free kicks are big any time, but when it's teeming with rain, they are liquid gold. 3-2, 20 to 1 behind is a big lead in these conditions.
Paid for a push.
Yeah, I thought that's in the side, isn't it? You're allowed to work your opponent underneath the footy.
I don't think it's not in the back. It was more his arm even, wasn't it? Bit stiff there. That's 2 free kicks now, 2 goals.
It's a good stutter step he's got going, Rory Lobb, at the moment in his goal-kicking routine, but it's working. And so are the Dockers. Wet conditions, 3-goal to 0 start. Outstanding. Coning over the top. Now Chera, siren's going to sound, and they have started this game in superb fashion. The Fremantle Dockers enjoy a 19-point quarter-time lead. Fair bit of rain at Optus Stadium. It's Fremantle in the West on Saturday night footy.
There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how.
The bounce.
That's where they really can stand out. The elite players, don't they? And
Yeah.
conditions like this, they handle the ball so much better.
Tom de Koning, Sean Darcy. Beautiful leap by the young Carlton ruckman. Fife did start in that centre bounce. Nice pick up Brayshaw. Sarong. Aish tried to sock her off the ground, and then Cripps back to Murphy. Spotted a target out wide that he liked, and they're good hands.
Hold there, Luke.
There's some of the best hands in the game at the moment, led by Casbolt.
Play on.
Decided just a little wedge was the option he wanted. Setterfield. Now they've got to go to work again. Kerno looks towards the goal square. Mackay pushed underneath it. Play on to Koning's athletic, the big man. Penny Betts. And even he couldn't pull the rabbit out of the hat on that occasion.
Yeah, thanks, Harry.
Wilson to bring it back in. Wet night in Perth.
Wait, Michael. Move it in. Play on.
Wilson steers it wide. And out of play, Abbey.
It's actually a wonderful crowd here, JB, considering the conditions. They were expecting the biggest crowd we've had in WA since COVID was what the papers were pumping up. We don't know if we've got that because of the weather, but it is a very, very happy purple crowd that we've got in the house tonight.
Still raining as hard as it was at the start.
Not as hard. It's petering out a bit, which is good. So it looks like it's going to lighten up, which is what we hope is going to happen.
Fisher quickly on the boot. Wobbles it inside 50. Bounce of the ball. Brennan Cox taken in the tackle. Taken to ground. Releases the ball to Fisher. Gibbons came through. Fife got boot to ball. Chera had a good start to this game. Tumbles it down the line. Crowden and over.
You see Cox there when Betts takes him to ground in the tackle. You're just allowed to
Go right, boys.
place the ball on the ground
Roy.
and push
Thanks,
it
Tom.
out. See it a lot now. I'm sure their incorrect disposal's gone in the game at the moment.
Lob slapped it down. Kerno was good enough to get boot to ball. Man and Mackay, so Blues get it in their forward half of the ground.
Rory and Tom again. Thanks, boys.
Just Longmuir just working his way back to the chair. So they're well set up, the Fremantle Dockers. Can the Blues get a spark going? Right now to Koning. This young Fremantle midfield playing outstanding in recent weeks. Again, Kerno was good enough to get first possession. Ryan put a little step on. Now that might be prior opportunity. Mackay's got him. I reckon he's gone.
On the ball.
Well tackled, Harry Mackay. And I think that's fair enough. Just took the tackler on. Got to reward that, Richo.
You have to. She would wait a long time to blow that whistle there. It's always going to be holding the ball.
He's the missing link for me, this man, Harry Mackay. I think he hit Charlie Kerno back, and Mackay, and wow, he's hit the wrong side of the footy. Just about to pump him right up to Koning. Sarong and Hill conquer. Fredericks pushed all the way back down into defence, and they're going to get out off the boot of Aish.
Literally hit the flat bit of the ball. Fife looks so far and away the best player on this ground. It doesn't matter. Look at that tackle. Just smashed Cottrell. Through came Kerno. Wobbles it inside 50 to Fisher.
Good man.
The Blues get another look.
Rory, back here, thanks. Just here. Thanks, mate. Yep.
It was good last week. Fisher back into the team.
Zach, that's your line.
So there's another one there. Probably should have been paid. Fisher, 4 goals last week against the West Coast Eagles.
Also a Perth boy, Guildford Grammar. Eastern part of the city, they really need the Blues. Never left the boot with any sort of penetration and helped through for a behind.
4 goals last week. Top man Zach Fisher. First time he'd ever kicked multiple goals in a game. It was enormous. So this is a slightly better start for Carlton. They need to get on the scoreboard. Ryan sends it out with a big Packers form off the hands of Petreski, Seaton, and you'd see Plowman happy to reset.
Tom, Sean.
So they won't mind a bit of time in their forward half here, Carlton. They can keep an eye. Cripps and Fife head to head at this boundary throw-in. Two superstars. There's Sarong.
Fine. Thanks, Carlton.
So umpire says, give it to me, we'll do it again. He's trying to find Fife, I think, Cripps.
Down to Cripps, who gets taken in a tackle, just got the ball out. Strength of that young man, Sarong. Good mark taken by Taberner. Long ball, looking for lob, and easily killed by Jones over the line.
Contested marks down the line on nights like this where it's wet and slippery. They're going to be pretty important to keep the ball moving. And Taberner's been good at it all year.
So Carlton have won the territory battle in this second term. Just haven't been able to put it on the scoreboard. Darcy. To the front. Thought he might have been taken high. Connor Blakely he was. Advantage taken. Mundy sticks it inside 50. And you want to be hitting up to David Mundy. Schultz it was.
He's the man you want to have the advantage, isn't he, David Mundy? Spoke about him pre-game. High tackle there against Cripps. Smart play, Mundy. Gee, used it well. Look at this perfectly weighted ball.
Good set shot exponent. Lucky Schultz. They've been good from the set shot, the Dockers. It's just hung out to the right.
Little shake of the head there, Lockie Schultz. Disappointed with the end result now. Doherty. He's going to fly from behind. Ryan, again, his timing is superb at the moment. Got that one sweet with the left-handed spoil.
Sean, thank you.
I'd like looking footballer. Could not be more effective at the moment, though, Ryan. So a lot of stoppages, a lot of stop-start. Koning again with athleticism. Conker. Sat on it momentarily. There's the first game of Honey. Back in there, Brayshaw did really well. Blakely spinning, got it out. This is Cottrell, who debuted last week, and it's pretty tough going in there at the moment.
Tom.
Pride themselves on tackling pressure, the Dockers. And you can see why. Darcy wide, Brayshaw in some space. Got out of the tackle, gave it to Blakely. Another inside 50 for Fremantle.
Holding, Carlton held his jumper.
This time,
against you,
Weary,
Matthew.
the beneficiary.
Thanks, Jacob.
Couple of interesting ones in the first term that went against the Fremantle, the Carlton defenders.
2 goals.
Yeah, resulting from them. Doherty back. And that's great. Speaking about people that use the ball well.
Thanks, Sam.
To Sam Walsh.
Play on.
Kennedy. High ball. Thumped away from Mackay and out of play.
That's his first touch tonight, Kennedy.
Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Tom.
It's pretty good against the Eagles last week. Took some good intercept marks, Kennedy. Hasn't been able to find it early tonight.
Has turned into a real arm wrestle this game.
Play on.
Darcy with his superior strength in front.
Just starting to get a little advantage in the ruck, Darcy.
He's a big unit, hard to get around. Brayshaw's been really good. Clean hands to Conker.
Yeah,
so we reset again.
Get the front again. Lead the front, mate. Rory.
Brayshaw's had Curnow opposing him most of the night around these stoppages. Curnow's up to 11 touches. Brayshaw 7 for Freo.
Here comes Eddie Betts, just flashing off the bench. You can see him with a head of steam up. Just see if he could get one on the way through. And they need that sort of spark, don't they, at the moment, Carlton? Someone like Eddie to inject himself into this game.
Play on. Play on.
There is Brayshaw, got it to Mundy. Just couldn't get his way through with a handball. Aish belted as he kicked that.
Play on.
Petreski, Seaton, Crowden.
Play on.
Releasing ball for Blakely, who tried to barge his way through. Petreski, Seaton did well. Settlefield. He was bumped out of it. There's Curnow. That ball's touched. Kennedy tried to go off the ground. The ball's just pinging around off legs and boots.
Mine.
We'll have another ball.
Thank you. Rory, Levi.
See there, that's
Play on.
And we're going to see a lot of this. Very
Thank you,
well.
Will. Just behind you. Here we go. Play on.
Lots of players around the ball. Chera. And over the line with it goes Taylor and Duman.
Very wet, but absolute bowling green, isn't it, the Optus Stadium? I reckon it was better when there was a bit of mud there. It used to make the ball a bit stickier. Back in the day of the muddy grounds, centre wickets.
Blakely, can he get some clear footy going forward? He sliced it. And it was well taken on the interchange bench.
Go start over the line.
Down there.
Thank you. Hold there.
Handed back pretty quickly to Wettering, but she's pretty low risk footy at the moment. Straight down the line, Mackay launched at it. Over the back of Bewley, but umpire had a look at it, and there you go. So
Blake, let him up.
it's going to go the way of the Blues, and Harry Mackay is going to be rewarded. Yeah, dragged that one right back under. Can't argue with that.
Move it on, play on. You. Yep.
Sends a long bomb inside 50. Levi normally the target. Now Duman's got a bit to work through there in defence now. Was that slapped over? Oh, they unhappy, the Blues forwards.
Thanks, guys.
That looked pretty deliberate.
Rory and Levi.
For good reason.
Thank you.
No intention of keeping that in. Might have got away with one.
No, play on.
Out of the ruck. Levi Casbolt. The Blues have got there first.
One of the great advantages of getting a forward who's strong into that position, they think goals and they think taking a risk. And I reckon that play is underrated. The reward's so huge, and you're up against the ruckman who's not used to it.
You know who does it the best? Tom Hawkins.
Yep.
He treats it like a sort of contested marking contest, the ruck throw-in.
Alistair Lynch was very good at it back in the day too. Goal from nothing.
Levi Casbolt, we know he's a great contested mark, and I reckon that's how you've got to treat these throw-ins in the forward line. If you're a good mark like Casbolt is, treat it as a contested mark. Tom Hawkins does it as well as anyone in the competition. And he's made something out of nothing there, Levi Casbolt, desperately needed for the Blues.
Now look at the Carlton fans, they're finally off their couch, something to cheer about. And it's just worth it, Richo, for mine. Give away a free kick there, you're deep in defence. You can set up again, you get it right, and you get a goal like Casbolt. That might spark the Blues. Here's Mundy. Well played, though, back to Hill. Spearing kick. Michael Walters. Look how good he is in the one-on-one situation. Flicked it out the back from where it came to Hill. Back to Connor Blakely. 5. And he was manhandled slightly. Now they've got some work to do. Lob. 5. Picking it up. Fending a couple off. And just even that man took on a little bit too much on that occasion, that 5.
Doherty steers it beautifully down the line. Talked about his field kicking moments ago. That was really nice. To Gibbons.
Move it on, play on. You. Yeah.
And question whether that was touched or not. Just.
The Telstra tracker here for Nat Fyfe, and been talking about him playing forward, and he's been there most of the night. Look at all of the red inside 50 for Nat Fyfe. Almost a permanent forward tonight.
Chera tried to slap it for Blakely. There is Caleb Sarong. He's so strong for a young player. Just in his 8th game, he doesn't look like it. The Geelong grammarian.
The grammar.
Darcy. Mundy. There he is. Nice ball to half forward. And they'll get a forward 50 stoppage to the Dockers.
Pretty calm and relaxed sort of customer, Justin Longmuir.
Sean, Tom.
Not overly phased by what he's seeing at the moment. And these are important. Deep inside 50, really put some pressure on. Look at Walters. Such a classy player. Well done though by Curnow. And the rain coming down. Get back to Abby. How is the conditions there, Abby? What are you seeing? Is it set in a bit more, the rain?
It's a very, very faint drizzle. At the moment, I've got the umbrella up, but I'm probably being melodramatic, so you probably don't need one, to be fair, boys.
Hill to the back, tumbles it forward. Doherty's a good player. Brennan Cox. Gibbons, what have they got ahead of this? Thumps a long ball. It's a good ball too. Pretty well defended in the end by German.
He did it well. It looked like a really good kick heading in towards Nunes.
Tom and Sean.
Often give away free kicks there with the front on contact.
Taylor and German.
Play on.
Bewley. Just couldn't get a handle.
Throw it in. Thanks, guys. Tom and Sean again. Thanks, boys.
So just the one goal in this second term. That's gone to the Blues.
Play on.
Darcy with the roundhouse. Cripps got a handball away somehow. Walsh. There's Kersbold. Just couldn't hang on. Cottrell comes through. And there's another one for the Blues.
Good celebration too.
Isn't it just?
Second game, first goal, JB.
Well done.
Look at the celebration. Great stuff.
Reward for effort for Carlton, isn't it? They've had the better of this second term. Look at that young fella. What a great reaction.
So there's another incorrect disposal. Umpire was unsighted and it got away with it. Got it in there, get a contest. Out of your big man Casbolt, and your first goal in league footy. A nice little celebration. He knew it was through. How good's that? You never forget. He was pretty good last week too in his first game against the Eagles.
It is exciting, Richo. Blows them all away in the 2K time trial and love the celebration. Big smile, and this is good from Carlton. De Koning's really good, clever hit. And here they come again, the Blues. Cottrell has got a head of steam up now, the second game. And Murphy ran into Chera, well tackled.
Incorrect disposal.
Beautifully done.
Straight to.
And so Adam Chera. Bit of space now for Hill. Touches it on the ground. You don't see a lot of that these days, but indication of how the conditions are. Well done to Koning back there. And now Ace in the right spot. The only man wearing a long sleeve. Doesn't think he's got the journey, so he puts it to the square. Look at Taverner! That was well done, too strong and well timed. Here he's going to play on Taverner. Turns around, and Taverner's got two.
Take that. 2.5 from your big forward on a night where it's hosing down.
7th time this year he's kicked multiples, Taverner.
Having a good year, number 20. And it doesn't matter how long you played for. Up the eyes go to the big screen, Big Cho. I just want a little glimpse of what I just provided.
You've got to have a look at what you've done, JB. good thing about this for Fremantle was that a heap of players back inside 50, but Taberner was able to get a one-on-one. No support for Wiedering there. Fife did pretty well to not allow Cottrell to come in and get involved. We saw Hawkins last night get so many one-on-ones. Dominated the game.
Holding. Good. Holding the man. Carlton.
Really a high, long ball like that. You would expect some support around that for Wiedering.
Free kick for the Blues to their skipper, Paddy Cripps. It's taken a long time to get back to him, so they will have strongly folded down.
It's coming. Knee.
Kicking into a nest of players, but he actually just pulled it slightly. It almost worked for Kennedy. Petrevski-Seaton, Sonny Walters, Andy Brayshaw, 2 Walters. Not sure that handball was ever going to work. Jones picked it off. That does work. A little flat torp straight to Murphy. Kicks it to a dangerous spot. De Koning went and found it. That is a savage Falcon. Could not have been flushed any harder. Five taken to ground. Good tackle from Williamson.
Thanks, Natko, mate. Hold there.
Oh, Kate Simpson.
That's a heavy ball too.
He's going to have Sharon written right across his face.
Don't want that in game 336.
That could not have hit him any harder than the face.
You've earned the right for that not to happen after playing that amount of footy.
Hold.
He's done well to get up, hasn't he?
That was extraordinary.
Standing. There he is. He's going to get it.
He's got to be seeing 3 balls at the back, surely.
Look at his face. Look how red it is.
You shouldn't laugh, though.
Very funny when it's not you, but Kate Simpson, he's a brave unit. Eddie Betts flying through the screen. Murphy. Fisher to Kennedy. Well tackled. And Ryan wanted the boundary line. Under enough pressure. Just have a look again.
You can't get flushed any better than that.
They just showed it on the big screen over there. Did you hear the crowd?
Darcy almost clean possession. Murphy, ground level. There is Simpson. Kerner. High ball. Almost Honey in from the side. Conker. Darcy went and found it. Cripps found him. Simpson. Didn't go far enough. Brayshaw's hands were good. Tumbles it forward. Look out, Fife in the area. Wiedering just bashes it onto the boot, but it's going to work for Carlton. Doherty through the middle. Wobbles it inside 50. Eddie Betts so dangerous here. Wilson. Honey. Nice and clean. Cripps kicks it straight into his teammate. Doherty's going to get it again. Such a tough ball to handle. Not for Nate Fife. Croden on the charge. Just checked the kick and did it nicely. Schultz outside 50.
Well done, Croden. He could have placed away there and he picked the right option. They had nothing inside 50.
Sits a high one up, Schultz. Wiedering with a big double fist. Aish tracking the footy back. Did that brilliantly, Aish, and then just hacked it inside 50.
Plowman, oh, well done, Walters. Applied some good late pressure. And a boundary thrown will take place just on the edge of 50 for Fremantle. A minute and a half remaining in this first half.
There's not a lot in this game. Fremantle just have got a little bit more system moving forward with the footy. Carlton's inside 50s haven't been great.
Darcy with the big frame in front. Setterfield just couldn't get a handle on that one. No doubt the Blues have lifted their rating in this second quarter. 2-1 they've outscored the Dockers. A pretty big minute and a half remaining until half-time. Goal either way in these conditions will mean a bit. Mundy Curno's been really good disposal. Number 17, that was. Can the Blues manufacture something out of this? Nunes. That'll be okay. They're streaming back towards goal. Casbolt, this kick's got to be well weighted. Walsh was brave. Nunes followed it up. Kennedy. Now Gibbons. Gang tackled.
It's a great story, Michael Gibbons. Out of the VFL, applied his trade, working on building sites. Finally got on a list and he's played amazingly well.
Play on.
There he is again.
Play on.
A little kick through. Hill. Fife with a hand in. And Gibbons sees it over again. My understanding is he had a tour of the facility when he was first drafted with Kate Simpson.
Thanks, guys.
They showed him everything. At the end of it, they said, all right, young man, you got any questions to ask? He turned to Kate Simpson and said, yep. How can you be at a club 15 years and not know where the gym is?
Yeah, got to enjoy that.
He's just walked in. They reckon he's a beauty, Michael Gibbons. Just a ripper fella. Centre field.
I reckon one of the reasons he's played 330-odd games is because he didn't go into
avoided the gym.
Yeah, it's probably been good for his body.
I think Dustin Fletcher was cut out of the same cloth, wasn't he?
No, Fletch didn't go in there.
400 games, Essendon champion. Koning and Darcy have been head-to-head for this entire first half. Hill just edges it forward. Will Setterfield off the ground. Look at the class of Mark Murphy there. And once again, Luke Ryan.
If you're a forward on Luke Ryan and you get caught too far up the ground, he just reads it too well. He's not going to go with you. And his intercept marking is a feature.
Pretty evenly poised game, this one. The Fremantle Dockers enjoy a lead. 4-3-27. Carlton 2-3-15 at half-time. Bit of rain falling.
Side 50. We know they got Mackay and Casbolt down there. We know how good they are at taking contested marks.
Second half, here we go. Just 12 points. Must win for these clubs to cling to the chance of playing in a final. First entry for the Blues. There's Honey. It comes off the back of his boot. Might work. Curnow, Cripps. Kicks a little mini banana inside 50. A couple run past it. Gibbons to Nunes for the perfect start. And he misses.
Thanks, Harry. Blue dot, please. Thanks, Levi.
Couldn't get a better look at a goal than that. He kicked 8-2 for the year.
Play on.
Jack Nunes, prior to that miss, would be really disappointed with that. Here's Aish.
Fine.
Former Magpie, former Lion, Frederick.
Play on.
Aish follows up his work.
How clean was that, Walters?
Stands out, doesn't it, Richo? The gun players never fumble. Schultz bounced off his chest, good enough to go back and get it. Here's Chera. Mundy. End up back with Chera. Oh, there's a little fumble that's going to be costly, I think. Oh, brilliantly done, Chera. Ricochet, though, to Murphy. Cottrell kicked his first goal in the second quarter in AFL football. Eddie Betts, can he get involved in this one? Ryan Hill dumped as he kicked it. Oh, Chera's a good player. He's a really good young player.
Thank you. Thanks, Matt. Right
Important
there.
mark too. Just a bit of overuse of the handball before, Richo. The ball's still going to be tough to handle. Even with the rain stopping, it's been hosing down now for the best part of an hour and a half.
They're going to find a way around Luke Ryan at half-back to Carlton. Every time they move forward, he's getting in the way.
Darcy, Mundy.
Play on.
Again, brilliant hands to Hill. Sarong.
Touch, play on, touch, play on.
That ball's touched, so Fife taken out of it by Murphy, fairly, according to the umpire. Cripps drew the tackler and then got it to Nunes. Big miss from him a moment ago, Gibbons. Now kicks to a dangerous spot. Good pick up, Honey. Off his shoelaces in the wet. And then steers it for Doherty. And now Casbolt just couldn't hang on. Brennan Cox. And Ryan down the wing. That's a good ball for Schultz.
Sliding mark was well executed. Schultz, this will be okay. 5. Look at the pick up. How about that? Nice party trick. The kick was slightly off the side of the boot, but now Plowman, he's got a bit of a nervous moment coming up. Lockie Plowman, I think, played that well enough. Look at Sonny Walters.
Here's a couple of good bits of play. Good pick up there by Honey. Just missed the target. And then down the other end, Fife, one hand. He's been doing that all night. Just not working inside 50 for the Blues. One mark.
Petrevski-Seton worked towards the boundary line, and let's have a look at umpire's call there. That was fair enough.
Sean, Tom.
Umpire's got a factor of skill error into deliberate out of bounds tonight, Richo.
He does.
There's going to be lots of them. Darcy, Mundy, stripped of it by Cripps, who went and wound, found it brilliantly. Duman, high. De Koning, very good. But he handballed it into the path of Hill. Aish, rare fumble from Sarong. Hill didn't fumble, but he was beset upon. Conker did nicely, but then coughed up the handball. Cottrell walked into trouble. Hot footy. Petrevski-Seton. Did he get a little push? No. Aish.
Play on.
Conker shoveled it back. Hill taken in a really good tackle. Krebs wobbles it forward. Nunes gets around nicely, and then inside 50 he goes looking for Mackay. Couldn't find him. Mundy's back there, and he steers it nicely into the hands of Aish.
It's been good, Brennan Cox. Nice time defensive spoil back there, and that was a ferocious couple of minutes of play. Aish decides to draw breath and then steers it to Taberner. Ian Wittering, we've done battle all night out in the space where Chera's going to run onto it. He was under some pressure, but did well, got boot to ball. Big Sean Darcy tried to get it down to the little man. Williamson was in good shape, and that kick, beautifully done. Lockie Plowman.
Look at that, he's going to have to slow down. He's got a one-on-one on the wing. You just back Casbolt in there, get it to him.
And that's exactly what he's going to do, Richo. But I know Luke Ryan is such a good reader of the ball, and he did well. Maybe he needed a little bit more height on it, that kick. This is going to come back the other way. Here's Walsh, he's quick.
Inside 50 ball, bouncing. Cox is going to have to be careful. He's run down by Mackay. Nunes, squaring ball, doesn't quite get there. And Fife thought that's a mark. Everything stopped. Setterfield. What's going to break here? Murphy. Not his best inside entry, but Cox shoveled it out. Here is Walsh, and there's the goal they needed, the Blues. You just knew it was coming. The pressure was starting to build on the Fremantle defence. And they are now 5 points away after giving up the first 3 of the game.
Just sustained pressure there by the Blues in the forward half of the ground. Some mistakes. Cox, love his time again there. Drops a chest mark, and a good finish from Walsh. A little celebration.
Jeez. What's that about?
Not sure.
Three of the last 4 goals of the game with Carlton. Right in this contest now, Casbolt. Lob, too tall, Brayshaw. The pressure's gone right up Murphy.
Fremantle.
Just a little bit of high contact, so Connor Blakely can send the Dockers forward. And he wastes no time, that's what he does. Jones read it well, but it fell to Taberner. Taberner loved it. Oh, the quick reply. 3 goals, Matt Taberner. And Liam Jones, he'll be up all night thinking about that one.
Yeah, costly mistake. Cox makes a mistake, then one end drops a mark, and Look, Jones would normally wrap those up. It is slippery, we know that. Taberner, he's having a good night playing on Wiedering, who hasn't been beaten this year, really. Liam Jones would normally take that mark. Maybe in his mind, he's a little bit worried about the slippery ball.
Don't you hate that, Richo? You get a goal on the back of brilliant sustained pressure, and then 20 seconds later you cough one up like that.
Yeah, it's flattening, particularly when it's something you could have avoided there. Jones, he would take that mark 99 times out of 100. Coughed it up though, and Freo get the answer straight away.
Crowd starting to get involved. Casbolt, centre field. The big body of Mundy. Tumbling ball forward, Frederick lurking. Darcy there as well. Lob. That's a touch ball. That works for this man. Sonny Walters just dragged it back too far.
He had a bit more time there, Sonny. He knows that he's a sharp shooter normally. He had Frederick there too. He normally finishes them. He could have handballed it to Frederick. He had a couple of options.
Coming back, Sonny Walters, from a 3-week hamstring injury. Averaging 21 disposals and had 8 goals for the year prior to that. Let's get down to Abby.
Just a weather update for you, gents. It's completely cleared for the second half, so we haven't had any rain so far, and hopefully it stays away.
That's good news.
Had a glimpse at the radar. It does look a lot better, Ab. Put the umbrella away. Setterfield. Nunes and Curnow. Now Gibbons is held up in a double tackle, and that'll be a ball up.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Michael. Rory, Levi, separate the metre.
Brayshaw on the up. Ryan a tumbler. Bewley. And ball over.
Rory. Tom. Hold that metre, boys.
Well, fought his way to the front there to Koning. Curnow's got a lot of the ball now. Kennedy, Zach Fisher. They've played this really well. Nunes, he's got Mackay on his own. The kick was awful. It got to Mackay anyway. He's leaned back and miscued that horribly. Go back to the Nunes kick. He had time, and
they're missing opportunities this quarter. I mean, Mackay had so much space there. That's a really wasted entry.
Cox.
Look at the kicking efficiency. That's the issue. A lot of those have been going inside 50.
Measures it. Looking for Taberner, who's got 3 on the night. Out of play. Just a bit of composure forward 52. Getting enough of the ball in there. After thumping rain in the first half, the conditions starting to improve. German reefed into the ground.
Just play in the forward line at the moment. You've got Kennedy opposed to Luke Ryan. He's just got to be careful he doesn't get sucked too close to this stoppage, because Ryan's not going to go with him.
Fisher gains a bit of territory.
Sorry. Rory, Tom, same again, guys.
Ball into Koning and Lob. Lob got a hand to it. Setterfield, step through, gave it to Curnow. End on end ball to a dangerous spot. Conker's got to work hard. Eddie Betts so dangerous. Kennedy got it caught between his legs somehow. Fisher. Gibbons. What's Gibbons got? He struck the wrong side of the ball too, and that's a behind.
Had some chances here, the Blues. They might get another one with that strange-looking kick. Curnow used all his strength there. Outbodied Ace, Walsh. Chipping kick from behind. Kennedy did well. Brought it to the ground. Fisher. Another good little handball. Setterfield. Back to Doherty. Can they get a contest here? They can. Ryan is an outstanding player. Luke Ryan's going to come back again. Doherty. They are piling on the pressure. The Blues and Rory Lobb. Oh, he wanted to go. Well, that was definitely a mark. And the crowd in full voice. Great to see so many fans in the house tonight at Optus Stadium supporting the Dockers.
It's nervous voices too, Das, I reckon.
Well done, Lobb, though, getting back into the defensive 50, helping his defence out. Really timely mark.
Carlton are in this game. Don't worry about that. Blakely.
They just got to tidy things up forward to centre. They're pressing.
Lob. That's a good pair of hands. They're marks we didn't see in the first half. Dry ball. Lob.
Works
Just
out all
out of
right.
reach of Fife, yeah, absolutely. Ball in.
Two big moments, aren't they? Your ruckman goes back in defence, takes a good strong mark, and then equally gets you into the forward line. There's the disposal list, so the Blues mids are winning enough of it. And once again, Cripps got it to Curnow. Trying to find a way through, did Blakely. Walsh, he's having some good moments. Mackay, hit him on the back of the head.
Did.
Now this is Dooman. Wide, looking for Brayshaw, and he can't keep it in.
Just wondering if it's time to just give Fife a little run up around the footy. Not getting near him at the moment.
There he is, the champ.
Just feel like the Blues are just getting them around the ball a little bit at the moment. Curnow's winning a heap of it.
Setterfield. Walsh. Now Cripps strides away. Long ball to a 1v3. Newman able to take the mark in the end. Structurally, that was all wrong. Short ball. Not 15. Conker. Now he's in all sorts. Gone holding the ball. Kennedy pumps it inside, looking for Mackay. That's frontal contact.
Harry, that's it.
Freo crowd know their team are being challenged. Harry Mackay.
Back here. Thank you.
The run around left foot banana.
Wait for Michael, play on.
Well done.
All clear.
Two of the three goals in this term for the Blues, and they are coming. Harry Mackay hits the scoreboard for the first time in this game. They're enjoying a good patch.
Next 5 again, boys. Come on. Yeah. Keep working. Best out, boys. Thank you.
Yeah, more forward pressure results in Mackay having this shot at goal, but it's just around the footy at the moment. Curnow's had 9 this quarter. Cripps has had 7. Walsh has had 6. The inside 50's 11-6. They're getting first use now, the Blues. I think it's time for Nat Fife to come into the middle of the ground for 5 or so minutes, just to see if they can get things back on their terms in the midfield.
Exciting talent, Harry Mackay, isn't he? He's such a beautiful-looking athlete. Just feel like when they get enough games into him, Charlie Curnow comes back. Future for Carlton fans is pretty exciting now. They go forward again. Fisher did well. Look at Cripps trying to get it to Honey. Chera fell over. They're feeling a bit of pressure all of a sudden, the Dockers. Did well, Chera, to get it to the wing. Wiedering. Now Murphy. They'll come back inside 50 again, the former skipper. Here's Mackay. Front and centre, left foot stab. Back-to-back goals. Harry Mackay coming up, just missed. They are pressing big time.
He's looking dangerous now, isn't he, Harry?
Freo, for the first time in the match, are legitimately just hanging on. Nathan Wilson, long and wide. Darcy, out of play.
Just going to have a look at the Telstra tracker. Ed Curnow, always been such a hard-running midfielder, 8 kilometres covered tonight, and he's been everywhere.
Andy Brayshaw off a step. 5 caught behind Plowman.
Well, he's just starving down there, Nat Fife. One of the best contested players, if not the best in the game. He definitely has to move into the middle
Well
now.
stayed in, well done Gibbons. Fisher, a little dance step, and then an end-on-ender. Mackay again. Brennan Cox picks it off. Darcy might be Johnny on the spot. That works.
Pretty good kick, I think, in the end, Brendan Cox. I think he spotted the big man and went with the outside of the boot. Surprise, Fremantle want to just slow this down at the moment. They're under siege. Wittering. Petreski Seaton fighting hard, dragged it under. Blakely, look at Cripps. Tried to muscle his way through.
That's got to be paid. He didn't touch the ball then.
This feels like the incorrect disposal rule has disappeared. De Koenig's handball, great. Kennedy got it to Walsh. Goal coming up. Sam Walsh misses. They have had all the play.
If you're tackled and you don't handball it or kick it, you have to pay those.
I think that was just a straight-up mistake. But they are starting to really surge here, the Blues. Cripps getting involved. Punches it inside 50. Good mark.
Thanks, Harry.
Taken by Luke Ryan.
Get out the back, Michael.
Intercept marks comfortably the Dockers' way. Where's Ryan going with this? He's looking for Darcy. Cripps is really starting to have an influence. Kennedy, that bounced up into Sarong's hands. Wiedering with room to move, and that's not his best. A horrible left football. Out on the full. Taberner goes long for Nate Fife and gets through the hands of Plowman. Look out. Williamson with the fend off.
Look at the ball.
Pretty well umpired this in the end. I think you're right, Nat Fife had half the ball.
Here we go, Levi. Sean.
He just backed his strength in there, Nat Fife, and he's filthy. He thought he had it. Such a great competitor. Look at him go, Fife. Might have cleaned up a teammate down there. Here's Curnow, who had record numbers tonight. Ed Curnow for the season. Hughes flicks it out to Conker. Two-man, that's gone up and down in one spot almost. Williamson struggling to get a handle on it. Cherra's hands were really good though. Now, Cronin's just got a short option on and he knew what he wanted, but couldn't get it done, Crowden.
Listen to this crowd.
Sean.
They know their team's in a scrap. And they also know a look at the finals is on the line. Darcy and Casbolt. Casbolt did nicely. High ball, Duman with a fist. Through came Petreski Seaton, nice and strong through the core. And then stuck it wide for Jones. Out in front of Honey. Brennan Cox has got to think his way through it. Honey came back onto the footy nicely. Hill did brilliantly well. Cox's kick just a little heavy. Inside 50, Casbolt missed with the handball. Walters and Fife to Schultz. Croden. No. Across the face, ball in.
And a nice little minute or two this for Fremantle. All the other way.
The Freo defence would be rapt that they've got a stoppage in their forward line. They can actually have a deep breath and set themselves behind the footy. They've been under siege.
Talent around this ball too. Fife, Sonny Walters. Blues do really well. What about Paddy Cripps there? The deft touch was just superb. Fisher, drawing the man, and then he overcooked the handball. So a minute 12 remaining till three-quarter time. Conker, and that was a well-executed tackle from Williamson.
Geez, he did that well, Reece Conker. Didn't overcommit. Made the ball carrier make a decision.
All right, if that handball got through, Carlton were off.
Did a very good job there. So ball in. Cracking game this has turned out to be. Juman. Again, the ball in dispute. Williamson ain't going anywhere.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, mate. Same again, boys.
Big 50 seconds here. Gibbons did well with a little handball to Murphy. Floats it forward. Look out. Kennedy out the back. Setterfield. What's he got ahead of him? That's what he's got ahead of him. Honey. Just think your way through it, young man. Tough to do that in game one.
What a moment for him. He can kick a goal here on the three-quarter time siren to put Carlton up in your first game.
Seconds. Mark's here.
Siren will almost sound as he kicks it. Huge moment for the first gamer. He struck it nicely, but just dragged it left. 2 points. There we are. Cracking game on a Saturday night. We keep getting him. Freo just hanging on. Carlton on the charge. Don't go anywhere. Massive final term from the West.
When you got access to that sort of quality, you just want them there. The game is right on a knife edge at the moment. Do not go anywhere. Koning was superb. The athleticism over the top. Curno's had a huge night. That was disposal number 29, and Levi steps up, and he's within range. We know this part of his game has improved out of sight, and this to give the Blues the lead.
Well, he's got Luke Ryan playing on him, and he's giving up 10 centimetres, so if he gets a run and jump at it, and the weather, the way it is now, the ground dried up a little bit, he could be a big factor in this last quarter.
So we're going at 13-3 for the year. This would be the ideal start for the Blues. He's given it everything he's got, Levi, and pulled it across the face. So this game back to just the 1 point.
Wilson to bring it in. Steers it towards Taberner, Wiedering with him. Murphy's been good. Sarong, Walters, Croden just missed Fife with the handball. A game of inches. Walsh, good third term from him. Plowman tumbles it forward. Casbolt has the ball pinned in.
Fremantle, ball straight.
Gee, that's tough.
Thanks, Levi.
Almost as soon as he took possession, he was tackled.
No, that's a ball up. There's no way known that can be holding the ball.
Move it on. Play on. You.
So Luke Ryan sees the short target. Carlton have had the last 6 scores of the game, but kicked 1 goal 5.
Can never discourage players wanting to win the footy, and just it's a bit out of whack there at the moment.
So they had a little half chicken wing about it, that one. They're letting it go. Player down behind play. We'll get back to that in a moment. Mark Murphy's tackle. Play on's the call. Williamson, that was composure and a little bit of dare about it too now. The kick not going to get out of defence. Ace has got to commit the body. Cottrell went after it. Second gamer, only as far as 5, and he had the composure to Michael Frederick. Who can draw breath and go back.
Any marks inside 50. We'll have a look at this here.
That's your line. That's a mark.
A little bit careful pulling the arm back there.
There's too much malice in it.
No.
He let it go once he realised what was going on. Michael Frederick, just his 5th AFL game, already kicked a goal tonight. This is a huge moment. He's pushed it out to the right.
Back here, Lockie.
It's a tough one, that, Richo, because the players are taught to pin the arm, so there's no way of disposing of the ball, but it creates dangerous situations.
I think he just eased up at the right moment, Fisher.
Short to Jones. And he hoists it high. Fife, the champ.
You can see that he wants to influence the game now, Fife. He's willing himself to the footy.
Drills it in the lob direction. Big defensive fist. A couple of Blues crash into each other. Lob. Taverner. Croden. Centering ball. Frederick! Couldn't get hands to it. Williamson. That's a nice ball.
Well done, Mackay. Harry Mackay, sorry. Just giving them that outlet. It's important that you come up the ground at times and give your defence that outlet kick, and that was really good work right now. He's working back to goal.
Cottrell.
Move it on. Play on.
Not sure where he's going to go with the ball, so he's just going to have to thump it along. Casbolt in good marking form. Betts has been quiet. That'll be a ball up.
Thanks, mate. Thank you. Right, just Tom and Sean. Thanks, guys. Clear at the back. Play on.
Koenig read that really well. Pretty clever by Fisher. Got it all the way to the goal line. Ryan's got an interesting choice to make. Does he concede? And he's got composure. Disposal number 18, Luke Ryan. Can't sing his praise as highly enough, Richo. Luke Ryan.
Outstanding season.
Here's Five. Just misjudged that one slightly. Wiedering and Darcy. It's a comedy act these days, isn't it?
It's the old World Wrestling Federation wriggle, isn't it? To get off the tarmac, off the canvas. End on end, Cottrell. Betts. You just think he's going to have an influence at some stage. Nunes, here is Betts. Dribbles it inside 50, can't find Fisher on the ground. Cripps so strong. Aish, as the rain starts to fall again, thumped by Nunes.
Mine.
Tight game of footy.
Tom, Sean, hold that meter.
Darcy. Cripps. Murphy. Heard the no straight away from the umpire. Walsh has his handball broken up. It's a hard footy to win. Curnow taken in the Chera tackle. Walsh then went without it. A couple of Dockers get in each other's way. Murphy. Fisher. Sarong bashes him. And a ball up.
What about Ed Curnow's night? Season's best before tonight, 21 disposals. He's already had 31.
9 clearances too for Ed.
Been enormous. Here he comes at it again. Got a little boot on that one. Levi, Eddie Betts. And the ever reliable Luke Ryan. It's been superb. Wiedering. Will he keep it in? Took on Schultz, but too strong for him. Sam Walsh has had a good night too. Where's Casbolt? From behind, Brendan Cox. He'll play the mark here. It's a mark. It's a mark. Has to be a mark. Listen to the Fremantle fans. So clearly got the first, second, third, fourth touch. You can't believe it, Big Coxie.
Tom.
I kept calling play on. I'm not sure why.
Play on. You.
It's parked down the Blues end. Nunes. And that's a throw. Can they do something with this territory, Carlton?
Didn't say that way, mate.
Look at that time in forward half in this quarter.
Yours.
Stephen Hill.
Hold, Mitch.
Only as far as Plowman.
Hold. Play on. Wait.
Back inside 50 go the Blues.
Play on.
Big defensive fist from Hughes. Aish. Where's this game going?
Tom, Sean.
9.5 left. 2 points separate these two teams. A win keeps you in touch with the final in season 2020.
Play on.
Fife to Chera. Well done, Taberner.
No. Hold.
It's 3 goals tonight, Matt Taberner.
Me.
To say we won that duel.
Play on.
Richo with Wiedering tonight. Frederick, skillful and quick.
Shot in.
Can't remember Wiedering being beaten this year, so that's a really good night for Matt Taberner.
His poll coaches votes 5 times this year, Jacob Wiedering. Had a superb season, signed a big contract extension this week. Great news for Carlton fans. Nunes, that was clever. Gained about 15 metres. Casbolt, Ryan just never gets beaten. Well, Blakely took on the first game. Now another ball to be won. Hill got involved. Back to Ryan again. Tumbles one inside 50. Taberner's use of the body superb. Here's Cottrell. Oh, he's a good runner. Covering a lot of ground. You don't want to kick it in that 5 though. That's not ideal, but getting back almost. Ricochet back to Cottrell, and again the Dockers come up with Blakely. And he gets a chance to go back. And goals are going to be roll goal. That was... You're back in 9 out of 10 times, wouldn't you, with that?
15 seconds gone.
Who can take the chances now? There's not going to be many. Can it be Blakely?
Played the last 2 games. Emergency, just the 2 career goals in his 62 games prior to this. Connor Blakely, and he's half shinned that. Koning through his hands. As that 5 takes a rest.
Give him a breather and get him back out there when the whips properly start cracking, as if they're not already short. Simpson.
Play on.
Doherty. Pounds a long one. Casbolt's hands are so good. Cottrell.
Next, James.
Kicking it down the line before Ryan gets back there.
Give it on. Play on.
Cripps has it thumped away from him. Blakely kicks a helicopter forward, straight to Wiedering. Now Doherty, where's he going? Takes a bit of speed out of the game and sideways to Jones. Not quite going to work for Kennedy. Conker with him. Kennedy got out of the tackle somehow. The handball finds Brayshaw. His hands were a little hot. Numbers here, though, for the Dockers. Blakely, Mundy. High ball from Wilson. Gets to the back of everyone, and a 4:50 stoppage for Freo.
These are big moments coming up now. 6.5 minutes remaining.
Next goal for Freo would be huge. Can Carlton find a way out of their back half?
So keep your eye on the guns. Sonny Walters is looming large. Mundy's down there. Casbolt, wow, like a freight train came through, and would have come on second best out of that. Blakely, sharp handball back to Hill. Back with the flight. Broden couldn't drag that one in, and let's have a look at that. Levi.
Smashed into Sonny Walters.
Lob will try and grab it out of the ruck here, Das.
Worth a try.
To the front. Almost Sarong. Tries to keep it in. The youngster does well, but then coughs it up by hand to centre field. Oh, big climb from Ryan. Couldn't hang on. Betts gets the feet clear. Mackay, this is massive. Just tried to run through Juman. Now he's wrapped up by Eddie Betts. Hill coughed it up. Brennan Cox to Andy Brayshaw. Where does he go? Handballs to Aish. And now numbers are with Freo.
If Mackay had got through there, he had a handball to Gibbons, they were off.
Hughes The handball received.
Downfield.
Players out on their feet. Nice ball steered to Fife.
Good lead by Fife, doubled back on Doherty.
And now he takes a little bit of time, the champ.
Move it on. Play on.
Still a long way from home. Plenty of time left.
Play on.
Walters the target. Schultz, dangerous little small forward. And big fly, Ryan.
Imagine if you had held it in one arm there.
That's the other flying Ryan.
Mate, keep going. I got the front. To the back, mate.
What can Freo conjure out of this? Casbolt down, Chera, a neat hand in. Sarong slapped it forward, Walsh. Kicks a wobbly talk straight to Brennan Cox.
2 metres. Harry, 2 metres. 2 metres. Play on, you. Any hold there? Play on.
Wilson. Haven't seen a lot of switching given the conditions.
Yours.
Tuman. Spills the mark. And now break that up in the air and the Blues might just be away. Kennedy over the top of the footy. Aish. Left foot ball. These are big moments. Thump back into the hands of Setterfield. Did pretty well. Cottrell. High inside 50. Go Carlton. Mackay. The fist away. Ryan. He did that pretty well.
Just always in the right spot, Ryan. He's had a big night.
It's just a ball magnet, Richo. 23 disposals.
Move it on. Play on.
Great intercept player. He's been superb. He's just said down the line. Jones just tomahawks it down. And we're under 4 minutes remaining.
That's the other thing. Das, it's a short quarter, no goals.
Keep going now. Tom. Rory. Thanks, guys.
Might be the next goal, might be it.
It's one goal in it, I reckon.
Who will it be? Edge of your seat stuff means so much to both these clubs.
Play on.
Coney did well. Cripps.
Play on.
Gibbons. Nice follow-up from the young big man. Well played. Gets it in the Eddie Betts direction. That was clever out the back. Wilson, Mackay. Cleverly done to Wilson. He's normally really good by foot.
Back.
And that,
As he kicks.
it's a big free kick, that is.
It's going to go
As
back.
he kicks.
It actually slows it down and lets Carlton get a bit of shape behind the footy, though, doesn't it?
So downfield, it would have worked better.
Yeah. So it's actually worked out all right for Carlton.
You're okay.
3.5 minutes left. Haven't led all night, the Blues, and 3 points adrift.
Play on. You.
I say that, they actually kicked a behind to start the scoring in the match, but that was in about the first minute. Since then, they have trailed all night, and with 3 minutes 23 left, the old footy saying they're near enough if they're good enough.
Carlton have played 5 games this year, decided by less than 10 points. Another one tonight.
Mundy did well. Ball on the deck. Schultz arts the back and couldn't get away from Petreski-Seaton.
Don't kick it.
superb tackle that. Samo Petreski-Seaton. Seen a lot of incorrect disposal paid tonight, but the correct decision, Williamson. Now can they launch one here? Carlton. Murphy sticks it out wide. Hughes closed the space. Cottrell, just his second AFL game. Little toe poker. Well, he ran out of bounds.
Rolled in, pushed over the line.
So yeah, the umpire's decision on that. 2:49 remaining. Nervous moments for that man, Justin Longmuir, and David Teague. Everything counts. Centre wing, boundary throw-in. Slap forward. Petreski-Seaton, beautifully executed. Smother. Connor Blakely deserved to get it back. Look, don't argue. Well played, Williamson. Funny little handball over the top to Walsh. Out into space. And Duman gets back. Gets it across to Conker.
Same deal.
Pushing it back.
It's going to come back, but it's going to take time to come back.
Thank you.
2.5 left. No goals in this final term. Reece Conker just got to dump it long. Work to the front. Walsh, it gets into his hands. Doherty. Inside 50 ball. Good mark, Hughes.
Straight up, Levi!
Wow. No one able to get to a dangerous position forward of the ball for either club. Hughes, a wide one in the Fife direction. Numbers here with the Blues. Setterfield, now Cripps. Handballs forward to Gibbons. Gibbons measures it, and Mackay has taken it. He's a left footer.
He kicked one earlier, closer in, but this favours him.
It was a similar type set shot he had, Richo, just a bit further.
He's on the mark.
A bit closer to goal. How big's this kick? A minute 20 left. Harry Mackay. Oh, he hit the wrong side of the ball. Across the goal. It's marked by Jones. Liam Jones.
Adam. Eddie. Back with me.
Has played as a forward in a previous life. A minute left to give the Blues the lead. Hasn't kicked a goal since 2016, and it looked like it.
There's always his trouble as a forward, Richo. He struggled around the goals. He's found a home in defence, but he had a chance to be the hero right then.
Wonder if he's been doing any goal kicking.
No goals either team this quarter. 47 seconds remaining. This is massive. Cripps ripped off the footy. Fisher dumps it forward. Harry Mackay. Levi out the back, slap forward. He slaps it on Mackay. Two-man. Eddie Betts. And out of bounds.
Good result.
30 seconds remaining.
Watch Casbolt here.
It's down the right end if you're a fan of the Blues. McConing down, Eddie Betts on the fly. Hughes' kick doesn't clear the area. Sonny Walters with brilliance. Bouncing ball. Taberner, pretty happy to see it out. Is it deliberate? It is. Play on. 14 seconds left. That's out in the full. The one thing you couldn't do.
I reckon Casbolt should have taken the run.
Yep.
Downfield.
Oh, we got a downfield free.
Downfield, it's a late hit.
Oh,
it's downfield. Okay.
So
shot for goal.
It's going to go to Gibbons.
Where it crossed the line, Garrett. Where the ball crossed the line. There.
A late hit.
Jeez.
Gee, it's hard to stop momentum there when you're jumping up the smother.
Listen to the Fremantle fans at the moment.
Nunes.
I'm in the end zone.
Time won't be called. I'm not sure there's much Andy Brayshaw could have done.
He's
He was in the air
to get out of there.
So there's the siren. What about this?
The local cameraman won't move. He's saying, this is my spot. He's saying, get him out of there.
Jack Nunes.
He refuses to move.
He's going to have to move Dawson. He does now. Every schoolboy's dream. Kick after the siren to win the game for your club. Wasting no time, Jack Nunes. Set shot. He strikes it beautifully. He's got it. The Blues win it. Jack Nunes after the siren has won the game for Carlton. That is unbelievable. Controversial downfield free.
There were two controversials, the out of bounds from Taberner and then the down the field on Brayshaw.
What about that finish?
He couldn't have struck it any sweeter. Carlton keep their season alive. Gee, this is going to be talked about for a long time.
cameraman. He did his bit. He wasn't that keen to move. He could not have kicked that any better, Jack Newnes.
Unbelievable kick. What about the pressure? The Freo crowd.
Let's get down to